Story reaches its emotional climax as the conflict between Elias and Damien escalates to an unbearable level. Both men, once so certain of their roles in the world, now find themselves at their lowest points. The tension that has been building throughout their journey finally erupts, leaving both characters emotionally raw and exposed. This moment marks a turning point where the facades they have maintained begin to crumble. The weight of expectations and the pain of their past choices press down on them, setting the stage for deep introspection and change. The aftermath of the conflict, Elias faces a personal loss that shakes him to his core. Maya, the person who has been his anchor, tells him that he must discover who he truly is beyond the role of the hero. Her words cut deep and she leaves, forcing Elias to confront himself alone. The silence of his apartment becomes overwhelming, and for the first time, Elias is left without the comfort of his heroic identity. This solitude becomes the catalyst for his self-examination, as he begins to question the meaning of his actions and the authenticity of his goodness. Lone and desperate, Elias lashes out in frustration, breaking a mirror in his apartment. As the glass shatters, he's confronted with a fragmented reflection of himself. This powerful image becomes a metaphor for his inner turmoil. For years, Elias has performed acts of goodness, but now he realizes he has never truly understood himself. The broken mirror forces him to see the pieces of his identity scattered before him, each shard reflecting a different aspect of his life. This moment of vulnerability is the beginning of his journey towards self-acceptance. While Elias faces his own crisis, Damien is struck by tragedy. Leo, the only person who ever truly believed in him, dies suddenly. The loss is devastating, leaving Damien adrift and alone. Overwhelmed by grief, he finds himself on the brink of returning to his old, destructive habits. The pain of losing Leo reopens wounds from his past, and Damien struggles to resist the pull of violence and anger. This moment is a test of his strength and his desire to change, as he battles the darkness within himself. Damien sits alone in the rain, the world around him blurred and cold. As he gazes into a puddle, he sees his own reflection staring back at him. The rain becomes a symbol of his sorrow, washing over him as he confronts the kindness and pain he has carried since childhood. In this quiet, vulnerable moment, Damien allows himself to feel the full weight of his emotions. The reflection in the puddle is not just a physical image, but a window into his soul, a reminder of the person he once was and the person he hopes to become. Though separated by circumstance, Elias and Damien experience the same inner struggle. Both men are forced to confront the labels the world has given them, hero and villain, and question whether these identities truly define who they are. Their journeys run parallel, each man wrestling with doubt, regret, and the desire for something more. This shared struggle becomes a silent connection between them, even as they remain apart. The realization that they are not alone in their pain marks a subtle shift in their perspectives. Both Elias and Damien reach a crucial turning point. They decide they no longer want to live defined by the roles and labels imposed on them by society. This decision is not easy, and neither man is certain how to move forward. However, the willingness to let go of old identities opens the door to new possibilities. The act of releasing these labels is both liberating and frightening, as it means stepping into the unknown. Yet it is also the first step toward genuine self-discovery and healing. Time passes and Elias and Damien find themselves meeting again in a quiet park. The setting is peaceful, free from the noise of media expectations or conflict. Here, in the calm of nature, they are able to speak honestly for the first time. The absence of outside pressure allows them to lower their guards and share their true feelings. This meeting marks the beginning of a new chapter in their relationship, one built on understanding rather than opposition. The park, Elias and Damien engage in a heartfelt conversation. Elias admits that beneath his heroic image he has always carried anger, a truth he has long hidden from himself and others. Damien in turn reveals that beneath his hardened exterior lies a deep sadness. These admissions are difficult but necessary, as they allow both men to see each other not as enemies, but as fellow human beings with shared pain. The honesty in their words creates a bridge between them, fostering empathy and connection. As they continue to talk, Elias and Damien recognize that despite their different lives, they share the same emotional wounds. The pain of not being understood, the struggle to find acceptance, and the longing for connection are experiences that unite them. This realization dissolves the boundaries between hero and villain, allowing them to see each other as equals. The acknowledgement of their shared humanity becomes a powerful moment of healing for both men. Standing side by side, Elias and Damien gaze at their reflections in the glass of a nearby building. For the first time, they see themselves not as hero and villain, but simply as two human beings shaped by different circumstances. The glass reflects their true selves, flawed, vulnerable, and real. This moment symbolizes their acceptance of themselves and each other, and the beginning of a new understanding. The city around them fades into the background as they focus on the shared image before them. Time moves forward and a year passes. Elias and Damien have quietly begun to rebuild their lives. They now work together in a community program dedicating their efforts to helping others. The work is humble and unpublicized, but it brings them a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Their partnership is rooted in mutual respect and a shared desire to make a positive impact. The progress they have made is a testament to their growth and the power of second chances. Damien honors the memory of Leo by continuing his legacy of kindness and service. Through his work in the community program, he finds a new sense of meaning and direction. The lessons Leo taught him about compassion, forgiveness, and hope guide his actions every day. Damien's transformation is evident in the way he interacts with others, offering support and understanding to those in need. Leo's influence lives on through the positive changes Damien makes in the world. Elias too finds a new way to contribute. He supports the community program without seeking recognition or praise. His actions are motivated by genuine care rather than the desire to be seen as a hero. This quiet support is a reflection of his personal growth and his commitment to living authentically. Elias learns that true goodness does not require an audience, and that the most meaningful acts are often those done in silence. As Elias rebuilds his life with honesty and humility, Maya returns. Her presence signals a new beginning both for their relationship and for Elias' personal journey. Maya sees the changes in Elias and recognizes his efforts to understand himself. Their reunion is marked by mutual respect and a deeper connection built on honesty and trust. Together, they look toward the future with hope and renewed commitment. The film's final moments, Elias and Damien stand together in front of a mirror. Their reflections appear side by side, separate yet connected. This powerful image captures the essence of their journey, two individuals who have faced their own darkness and emerged stronger not by erasing their differences but by embracing them. The mirror, though still cracked, now reflects a sense of unity and understanding that was once impossible. Mirror remains cracked, a reminder of the pain and struggles both men have endured. Yet light now shines through the fractures, illuminating their faces and symbolizing hope. The cracks are no longer signs of brokenness, but of resilience and growth. This final image suggests that healing does not mean erasing the past, but learning to let light in through the wounds we carry. Film closes with a poignant message. Some people were never given a name, a chance, or a place in the story. This statement resonates deeply, reminding us that everyone deserves to be seen and heard. The story of Elias and Damien is not just about two individuals, but about all those who have been overlooked or misunderstood. The cracked mirror becomes a symbol of the many untold stories waiting for light to shine through. Elias' journey is one of self-discovery. From the beginning, he has been defined by his role as the hero, but this identity has become a mask that hides his true feelings. Through loss and reflection, Elias learns to confront his anger and accept himself as a whole person. His transformation is gradual, marked by moments of doubt and vulnerability. In the end, Elias finds peace not by being perfect, but by being honest with himself and those around him. Damien's path is one of redemption. Once seen as a villain, he struggles with the weight of his past actions and the pain of loss. The death of Leo is a turning point, forcing Damien to choose between returning to old habits or forging a new path. Through his work in the community and his honest conversations with Elias, Damien discovers that kindness and vulnerability are not weaknesses but strengths. His redemption is not about erasing his past, but about building a better future. Aya plays a crucial role in Elias' transformation. Her decision to leave forces Elias to confront his own identity and motivations. Maya's return is not just a romantic reunion but a sign of Elias' growth and willingness to change. She represents hope, forgiveness, and the possibility of new beginnings. Through her, Elias learns that love is not about saving others, but about understanding and accepting oneself. Both Elias and Damien must confront the pain of their pasts in order to move forward. For Elias, this means acknowledging the anger he has suppressed. For Damien, it means facing the sadness and loss that have shaped him. By bringing these emotions into the open, they are able to begin the process of healing. The journey is difficult, but it is also necessary for true change to occur. Story highlights the importance of breaking free from destructive cycles. Both men are tempted to fall back into old patterns, Elias into performative heroism, Damien into violence. However, their willingness to confront their true selves allows them to choose a different path. This decision is not easy, but it is essential for growth. By breaking the cycle, they open themselves up to new possibilities and healthier relationships. Reflection, both literal and metaphorical, plays a central role in the story. The broken mirror, the puddle, and the glass building all serve as symbols of self-examination. Through these moments of reflection, Elias and Damien are able to see themselves more clearly and understand the complexity of their emotions. The act of looking inward is what ultimately allows them to heal and connect with each other. Throughout their lives, Elias and Damien have been burdened by the expectations of others. Elias is expected to be a hero while Damien is cast as a villain. These roles are suffocating, leaving little room for authenticity. The story explores the damage that can be caused by rigid expectations and the freedom that comes from rejecting them. By choosing to define themselves on their own terms, both men reclaim their agency and sense of self. Connection is a recurring theme in the story. Despite their differences, Elias and Damien find common ground through their shared struggles. Their journey demonstrates that true connection is built on honesty, empathy, and vulnerability. The bond they form is not based on their roles but on their willingness to see and accept each other as they are. This connection becomes a source of strength and healing for both men. Community program where Elias and Damien work becomes a symbol of hope and renewal. Through their service, they are able to give back and make a positive impact on others. The community provides a sense of belonging and purpose, helping both men to rebuild their lives. The work they do is meaningful not because it is recognized, but because it is genuine. The support of the community is essential to their ongoing growth. Leo's legacy lives on through Damien's actions. The memory of Leo's kindness and belief in Damien continues to inspire him even after his death. Legacy is portrayed not as something grand or public, but as the quiet influence we have on those around us. Damien's commitment to carrying on Leo's work is a testament to the enduring power of love and support. The story reminds us that our actions can have a lasting impact, even if they go unnoticed. Honesty is a key theme in the story. Both Elias and Damien must learn to be honest with themselves and with each other. This honesty is not always comfortable, but it is necessary for growth and healing. By speaking their truths, they are able to break down the walls that have kept them apart. The story shows that honesty is the foundation of real connection and self-acceptance. Acceptance and forgiveness are essential to the healing process. Elias must learn to accept his anger, while Damien must forgive himself for his past mistakes. These acts of acceptance and forgiveness are not easy, but they are transformative. The story emphasizes that true healing comes from within, and that we must be willing to forgive ourselves before we can move forward. Light is a recurring symbol throughout the story. In the final scene, light shines through the cracks in the mirror, representing hope and the possibility of renewal. The presence of light suggests that even in our brokenness there is beauty and potential. The story uses light to convey the idea that healing is possible, and that our wounds can become sources of strength and inspiration. Both Elias and Damien are transformed by their experiences of pain and loss. Rather than allowing these experiences to define them, they use them as catalysts for growth. The story illustrates that pain, while difficult, can lead to greater understanding and compassion. Transformation is not about escaping pain, but about learning from it and allowing it to shape us in positive ways. Vulnerability is portrayed as a strength rather than a weakness. By allowing themselves to be vulnerable, Elias and Damien are able to connect with each other and with those around them. The story challenges the idea that strength means hiding our emotions, and instead celebrates the courage it takes to be open and honest. Vulnerability becomes the key to healing and authentic relationships. Loss is a central theme in the story, affecting both Elias and Damien in profound ways. The loss of Maya and Leo forces each man to confront his deepest fears and insecurities. Through their grief, they discover new sources of strength and resilience. The story acknowledges the pain of loss but also highlights the growth and transformation that can come from it. The heart of the story is the idea that we can choose our own paths regardless of the roles assigned to us. Elias and Damien both make the conscious decision to change even when it is difficult. Their choices are acts of courage, demonstrating that we are not defined by our pasts. The story encourages viewers to believe in the possibility of change and to take ownership of their own stories. Mirror is a powerful metaphor throughout the film. It represents self-examination, truth, and the complexity of identity. The cracks in the mirror symbolize the wounds and imperfections that make us human. By facing their reflections, Elias and Damien are able to confront their true selves and begin the process of healing. The mirror reminds us that we are all works in progress, shaped by our experiences. Story celebrates the beauty of imperfection. The cracked mirror, the flawed characters, and the unresolved wounds all serve as reminders that perfection is not the goal. Instead, the story encourages acceptance of our flaws and the recognition that our struggles make us who we are. Embracing imperfection is an act of courage and self-love, allowing us to live more authentically. Hope is found not in isolation but in connection with others. Elias and Damien's journey shows that even the most broken relationships can be healed through empathy and understanding. The story offers a message of hope to anyone who has ever felt alone or misunderstood. By reaching out to each other, the characters find the strength to move forward and create a better future. Kindness is a quiet but powerful force in the story. Whether through Damien's community work or Elias' silent support, small acts of kindness have a ripple effect, touching the lives of many. The story reminds us that we do not need to be heroes to make a difference. Simple, genuine kindness can change lives and bring light into even the darkest places. Stories have the power to shape our understanding of ourselves and others. The journey of Elias and Damien is a reminder that everyone has a story worth telling. The film encourages viewers to look beyond labels and see the humanity in those around them. By sharing our stories, we create connections and foster empathy, making the world a more compassionate place. As the story concludes, Elias and Damien look toward the future with hope and determination. Their journey has been difficult, but it has also been transformative. The lessons they have learned about identity, connection, and acceptance will guide them as they continue to grow. The film ends on a note of optimism, suggesting that healing is always possible no matter how deep the wounds. Final image of the cracked mirror serves as a lasting symbol of the story's themes. Though the mirror is not whole, it is filled with light and possibility. This image invites viewers to reflect on their own lives and the ways in which they can let light in through their own cracks. The mirror remains not as a sign of brokenness, but as a testament to resilience and hope. Film's closing message reminds us that everyone deserves a place in the story. No matter how invisible or overlooked we may feel, our experiences and emotions are valid. The story of Elias and Damien is a call to recognize the value of every individual and to create space for all voices to be heard. The cracked mirror becomes a symbol of inclusion and belonging. In the end, it is the light shining through the cracks that defines the story. The journey of Elias and Damien is a testament to the power of hope, resilience, and connection. The film leaves us with the message that even in our brokenness, we can find beauty and meaning. The light that shines through the mirror is a promise of new beginnings and the possibility of healing for all. At the story's end comes a new beginning for Elias, Damien, and Maya. Their journeys have been marked by pain, loss, and transformation, but also by growth, connection, and hope. As they step into the future, they carry with them the lessons they have learned and the strength they have gained. The cracked mirror, now filled with light, serves as a reminder that every ending is also a beginning, and that the story continues for all of us.